Yeah,
All right, so
ascended Pisces, right? Yeah, I just want to make sure that's right because from what I remember, it was 619. But anyway,
yeah, Pisces, you've got a Scorpio rising, um, Yannick. Scorpio rising, double Gemini, Sun and Moon in Gemini, but you've got a water Scorpio rising. So that's good for action, intelligence, sharp-wittedness. So that's good, man.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
me.
that's you, brother. Scorpio. So you've got a
Yeah.
lot of 8 going on. You've got 8 all over your chart. It's all 8.
you're good to
It's all
go,
over,
man.
That's why I told you, man. I see it everywhere. Yeah, I could tell you more stuff about it, but some stuff is personal, and I want to share it here on YouTube. Lah.
Right.
Hey, not everybody has to know everything about my life.
Of course, come on.
But there is
Okay.
more 8, like in mid-school reports and stuff like that, and it comes
Oh,
back
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Wow.
your head would spin.
Incredible.
Stay with me after. I'll tell you more stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so you were born about about 10 hours after my son on the same day, but your moon is now in Sagittarius. My son's got a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising because he was
Okay.
born at 8:30, so his sun was in the 11th house over where your Saturn is. So you were born about that's about 10 hours later. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So your son's now in the 7th house, just about to set. So you've got a lot of stuff going on in the house of relationships. Relationships are very important for you, and understanding other people and your partners. This is very important for you, and your heart is really with your partners. You really you probably crave a good partner, but you will do very well, and you will exchange a lot of love with a good partner. Yeah, but
I
your
sure
North
do.
Node. Sorry.
I sure do.
Oh, you got a partner?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, she's one lucky girl. You got Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Sun in the 7th house, man. That means all of those principles: Venus, love and virtue; Mercury, communication, intellect; Sun, vitality and life; Jupiter, abundance and magnanimity. You are giving and receiving those energies. Some are giving, some are receiving, but you are totally in the element of partners. So I would be taking her out a lot of the house, because your Mars in the 7th house in Cancer by day, being a diurnal chart, this has got to bring some troubles into the home and your private life. Doesn't mean there's going to be trouble there, but it's not as good as your, I would say your public life is better. Outdoors is better for you than indoors.
Right.
In terms of this T-square you've got here, it's a cardinal T-square in angular houses. It's very, very, very strong and explosive. So it might hurt your partnership, girl, relationship, whatever, in the home. It's going to be, there's a kind of a supercharged energy in your private life with Mars in Cancer. Mars falls in Cancer, loves Capricorn where he exalts, okay? So what that could mean also, though, is that Mars is stealing energy from your 10th house. Lots of actions coming your way in the public life, lots of dignity, glory, distinctions with Neptune and Uranus there. Slowly but surely. In time.
Yeah, it is slowly. Yeah. But
slowly.
I'm not in a rush.
Now,
sometimes our timing is not nature's timing also, so we have to be patient.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right. And so your North Node in the 9th house, then that's where you need to point your nose, okay? Your future gains and prosperity will come from your higher learning, spiritual activity. Learn how to lucid dream, learn how to meditate, chant, teach people the holy science. Learn that, because your North Node in the 9th house requires you to. If you're lazy, it's going to be a life of chasing the wind. Don't neglect this. Okay, spiritual wisdom must be, you know, developed. Otherwise, you're going to come back. Now,
And it's interesting because I've been meditating more than I ever have in my life, and just in the past, you know, few weeks, just really taking the time to just do it, you know, and
yep. You also have 8th house activity like Yannick, which means explosive creativity, especially with the moon and Pluto there. Pluto is direct, no retrogrades except for Saturn. The only retrograding planet is Saturn, but Pluto is a powerhouse of creativity in its domicile, Scorpio. So you've got a very productive, beautiful Pluto, powerhouse of sexual energy, sexual creativity, and not only that, occult creativity, brother. You've got the two polarized. Okay, so your partner, learn left-hand tantric sex, and you will be able to absolutely grow your consciousness through proper sexual activity. And you, both you and your partner, if you grow your tantric wisdom, grow it, brother, because you need to channel higher energy through sexual activity. Okay, don't neglect that. Same with Yannick. All people who have 8th house placements need to stabilize their sexual energy and then transmute, man. Transmute, sublimate is the theme. If you continually ejaculate, you are going to go down the left-hand path, and you won't be able to, you will not do as the writers that I read, where you can grow your spiritual, you know, gifts, right? If you're ejaculating, you don't get the spiritual gifts, period. Right. Okay. Now, you have a 12th degree in Aquarius Saturn, like my son, of course, because I had my son when I had my Saturn return, and I also have a Saturnian, an Aquarian Saturn. So both you and me and my son, the three of us, we all have Saturn in Aquarius, which means we are ultimately humanitarian. Our ultimate goal is to advance the humanitarian cause. You want to enlighten people deeply, as Saturn does in Aquarius, retrograding. I have a direct Saturn, so it's different, but yours is more intense, and yours is more deliberate, and it's a repeat energy. You have to repeat this lesson and get it right. So a Saturnian Aquarius is a beautiful Aquarius. This is where Saturn is the best in Aquarius. It's his. Others might argue, they might say it's Libra, but where he exalts, and then others may say Capricorn, where he is in his night domicile. Aquarius is his day domicile. Your chart is a diurnal chart. The sun is above the this ascendant and descendant line, so you are actually you're really a people person with your. See, most of your planets are above the ascendant, which means these people are externalizing, more public, more extroverted in their mode of learning. And so you are the externalized people person, because when the planets are to the right, which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets on the right of the MC and the IMC. Those are people in the modality of receiving influence from other people and wanting to learn about them and understand them. So certainly if you and your partner, I would say with everything I've just read, if you keep things in the public realm, go out a lot, socialize with your friends, and teach them the science that you know, this is how you will grow. That's the best modality for you. Maybe you can activate the positive pole of your Mars and actually bring that also into the private life, but you will have to work on your Mars. So your Mars is definitely the weakest planet in this chart. I would be chanting to Mars, and that would be Om Mangalaya Namahe. Om Mangalaya Namahe. Work on that. Work with Mars, and I think once you liberate Mars's fall in Cancer, lots of other stuff is going to get rolling in your life, especially the public life, opposite Mars, where he is opposing, and also your relationships where he is squaring with your sun. Yeah, that right square to the sun is damaging the vital energy coming into your relationships house. So boost your Mars and your relationships will get much, much better.
Wow. That was
which they already
super
are.
thorough. Right. Thank you. I'm sure there's so much more to go into.
Oh, there's a lot, man. There's a lot here. Your beautiful,
Now,
your beautiful Sagittarius moon, brother. That's what the moon is, the reactor, the secret soul within, the emotional soul. The sun is the vital soul, the intelligent soul, the spiritual soul. The moon is more, it's a subset of the sun. They're twins, but the moon is more the emotional and the mind. The moon rules the mind and your emotional mind as well. So having a Sagittarius moon is very beautiful. You need that fire. Because your North Node is there. You need that Sagittarius in your 9th house as well. So your moon is connected to the 9th house as well as the 8th house, which is all spiritual creativity, occult, esoteric, higher learning. So channel the moon. She's actually sextiling your sun. That's beautiful, man. See that sextile between your moon in Sag and your sun in Libra. Those are two very harmonious masculine air and fire energies. This is telling you that your sun and the moon sextile through the element of man energy, male energy, and through the energies of Libra 7, Sagittarius 9. So you have a beautiful harmony in your soul between your lower soul and your higher soul. Totally sextiling energy, which is harmonious. So there's not a lot of aggression there between the two, sun and moon. Very nice. And this reflects back to your mother and your father. I imagine your mother would have been in a relatively harmonious relationship with your father, and same with your father. And it shows probably your father with that Saturn retrograde, maybe less so, but definitely your mother and your father archetypes in your chart are very harmonious. Okay, so
absolutely.
Yep.
Very strong connection with them.
Yeah, well, you would. That sextile is harmonious, okay? So you've got a lot of blue shift energy in your chart. The moon is very, very happy. You've got a glorious moon. Venus is not so happy. She's actually in Scorpio where she falls, where she's in detriment. She rules and is domiciled in the opposite sign, Taurus. But that's okay. That's just... it's still a water element which is where she's familiar. She's very familiar with water. And so this will give you, harmony in the hormones. Scorpio is all about the hormones and the generative system, sexuality. So to have the 8th house cusp pointing to the 8th sign is quite a nice coincidence, brother. It's supercharged creativity in terms of spiritual and also sexual, but life force, put it that way. All your life force is creative and expressive, okay?
Awesome. Now, real quick, when you're explaining most of the planets are in the external part, you know, saying I'm good with people and stuff. And then, but I'm in an ascending Pisces. Isn't that more kind of like the opposite of that? You know, just because like ascending, your ascending is what you see, you know, what people see of you, right? So I mean,
Yeah, and it's opposite to what? What are you saying? It's different to what else in your chart?
oh yeah, because what you were saying, you know, because I mean, yeah, my personality is pretty outgoing, but then there's times where, let's say, I'm just in a room full of people and I'm just kind of watching everybody. I'm not saying a whole lot. I mean, it's kind of like an ascending Pisces, right? So it has like the opposite kind of.
Well, yeah, it does. It's complementary but different to that. So you have to read the whole chart to really
Right.
truly understand your nature. It's like a doctor would never say you've got a flu just because you've got a sore throat. You know,
Right.
what about the headaches? What about the runny nose? What about the sore chest? Okay, so here we see through your 7th house placement, lots of love going to partners, lots of love going to other people. Pisces is also very loving in a universal way. It's the 12th sign. It's the feet. So you understand, even though you don't get understood. Your feet
Right.
are standing. So you are the universal understander. An ascendant in Pisces means that your outer personality is understanding, okay? You won't get the understanding. You'll get the misunderstanding from people, but that's Pisces. That's the
Which
sad
happens.
side of
I feel like
Pisces.
it's just right to a T, you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
try to take the focus away from your outer personality rising Pisces and bring it to your true spiritual personality, which is Libran, and balance it out, okay?
Right.
And your moon in Sagittarius, blend in a bit of that Sagittarian energy, because anyone who has lots of stuff or anything going on in Sagittarius is really lucky, because 9 is completion. So to have the moon, your secret soul, complete and Sagittarian, in other words, she doesn't need to stay in the lower centaur horse nature. She wants to come out as a man now and transmute and sublimate. So secretly inside, this Sagittarian process of sublimating transmuting is always being cycled. And so your figure 8 stuff your number 8 stuff is also being cycled, a different kind. One is for transformation, one is for creativity, destroying and rebuilding purposes. But that moon in Sagittarius and sun in Libra will help with the Pisces ascendant in terms of they are more sort of spiritual in a balanced way. Masculine numbers 1, 3, 5, they unify, whereas feminine numbers, Eve numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, they divide straight down the middle. So the spiritual signs, Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius, they are not divisible. Okay, so they're masculine in their energy, and so the Piscean feminine divided number 12, odd number. It's an even number, but it's still feminine. You will strengthen that with the Libran. Libra is also the scales, which does have a little bit of ambiguity to it, but it's a cardinal sign and it's not naturally ambiguous, okay, as the mutable bicorporeal signs. Yes, they do kind of second think themselves. They do get stuck in two minds, balancing, but once they stop procrastinating, they are very, very direct. Librans are direct like their opposite sign, Aries, and like their squaring signs, Capricorn and Cancer. Man, your Capricorns, once they've got something in their mind, they climb that mountain and they climb it good. Cancerians, they're always walking to the left or to the right in opposite directions as other people, sideways moving animal, but nonetheless they are direct as well. All the cardinal signs are. And so bring in your cardinal modality, because your other two, Sag and Pisces, are mutable, which gives you a lot of flexibility in your nature and easy goingness. Libra is not so easy going and it's judgmental, but this is how you can work with your natures. Outer personality, Piscean, you know, life of the party, happy, hippie, visionary type people, love hanging out with people, gregarious. Libra is as well, but it will put you in charge and in command, whereas Pisces doesn't. It's too scattered. So if you want to control the situation more, go to your solar energy. Be more Libran, okay? Take control. If the Pisces outer personality is getting too wounded and hurt, because anything with Pisces is very sensitive. I've got a Pisces moon, and yeah, we get hurt. You know, we do. And so bring out your solar hero. I have to bring out my solar Aries and my Leo rising to sort of combat my crying baby little Pisces, you know.